no such thing as a gender spectrum. It's not. It is cap. It's not real, bro. It's made up. It's false. It's la la land. It's psycho. It's psychotic, bro. You're either a man or a woman. You're either a boy or a girl. That's it. That's it. Don't let them lie to you, right? And those of y'all who are living in it and convicted in it, you're confused. You've been brainwashed. You've been duped to believe all this bullshit. Zim, zip, zero, da, 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 da. It's cap, bro. And I know that the main clapback is going to be for the intersex and transgender community. I realize that, bro. And if you actually have gender dysphoria, then you suffer from a mental illness, which means that is an abnormality. It's not normal. It's not supposed to happen. Something got mixed up. We can't make the binary non-binary because of something that's not supposed to happen, right? Same thing with intersex. It wasn't supposed to happen. You weren't supposed to be born with ambiguous genitalia. That was a deformity, right? We have to treat it as such. It's cool. Like you should be able to live happily ever after or whatnot. But we can't be sitting here pretend like it's a non-binary because of that. And then using that same logic, I suffer from gender dysphoria, so I don't identify with the genitalia I got, right? So with that same logic, what happens when a baby is born, an amputee, only has one leg? Okay, then I guess humans aren't born with two legs then, right? Because we have to accommodate for this abnormality. This wasn't supposed to happen, right? That logic is flawed. I'm not trying to criticize or ridicule or come across as transphobic by highlighting in this way, but we gotta keep it a stack, man. Like if you're transgender and you actually suffer from gender dysphoria, that is a mental condition. It's a mental illness. If you're intersex, it wasn't supposed to happen. Something got switched up. But we have a non-binary because of that? Nah, we're still binary. You're either a man or a woman. And to keep it a whole stack, that's not even why this whole gender ideology or gender identity situation is such of an issue as it is. It's because it's affecting those who do not fall under the real transgender criteria, right? Because people are out here being confused about all this nonsense that's going on, bro. The fact that you're a woman and you're masculine, that means that you're really supposed to be a man. Or if you're a man and you're feminine, that means you're really supposed to be a woman. Nah, bro, like it's ruining everything, bro. Matter of fact, that the gender identity ideology, it's doing a disservice to men and women because you're placing men and women in boxes respectively, right? Because according to gender identity, men are treated a certain way in society and have roles and expectations and vice versa with women, right? And if you don't fall within these expectations or whatever, then you may be a different gender. Man, it's bogus. It's bogus, man. Like there's a spectrum of different types of women, right? Characteristics, personality traits, right? And same thing with men. There's a spectrum of different types of men. But just because there's a spectrum of personalities, does that mean that they're not men? Right? You got a feminine man, that means he's a trans woman now? No. And you literally have this issue affecting lives dramatically at this point. You have like butch lesbians getting double mastectomies because they're butch and they like women, so that means they're a man. No, and they're making these life-changing, permanent decisions because of it.
What we're seeing at the moment, and you can look, that thousands, hundreds of thousands of lesbians are having their breasts removed. You can see tens of thousands fundraising on GoFundMe to have their breasts removed. In fact, I spoke to a 19-year-old recently who said that throughout her secondary school, she'd been told she must be a boy. She must be a boy because she fell for girls.
Women have been masculine in for a very long time, and they have not had the need to identify as a man because they're not living the societal normal life of what a woman's supposed to. Nah, it don't work that way. Just because you feel masculine don't make you a man. Just because you feel feminine don't make you a woman. And that's what we're doing. We're confusing adults with that. But we're having adults that are having a hard time navigating through that space because of the social expectation of what it is to be a man, what it is to be a woman, what it comes with that. So I may not be, the body that I have. No, you're just confused. But then you funnel that down to the kids. How the hell you expect kids to navigate this space, right? And we already know that, especially nowadays, kids that are confused about their sexualities and genders and all that, they're probably going to grow out of it, right? But not now, because you got mainstream media and social media and movies and music and schools funneling these kids into believing that they are what they are and they're going to be that throughout the remainder of their life, which leads to the sad story of kids getting on puberty blockers and doing permanent damage to their bodies and getting on hormones and things of that nature because they don't know what's going on. Non-binary gender spectrum is a bunch of bullshit, especially when you're talking about like the 100 genders and two-spirit animals and waking up being a man this day and wake up being a woman the next day, bro. That don't just because a little girl's playing with G.I. Joes and monster trucks makes her a boy. That's what gender ideology is teaching. Nah, you're just a tomboy. My girl said that to me. We were talking about the other day. She was like, man, if I was to be raised today, I probably would have had to transition because I was a tomboy as a girl. Like that's how dangerous is that, right? And that's and it's going to affect the majority in that way much more than the minority, because at the end of the day, there's only a minority of people that really live this life, that really this transgender life where I have gender dysphoria, right? It's only a minority of people that are actually going to relate to that, actually be that. But the risk of the majority getting affected by this confusion that they're going to get, believing or thinking that they may be more masculine than a typical female or more feminine than a typical male, will put the idea in their mind that they may be transgender. How dangerous is that? Because of their gender identity, bruh. Nah. You're either a man or a woman or intersex. That's it. Being a trans man and being a trans woman does not make it a non-binary, because you're still walking the life as a man. For those who actually, go forward with getting the procedures done correctly and rightfully, right? Even though you're born a man and you're living as a woman, you're living as a woman, which still makes it a binary, right? If you're a woman living as a man, you're still living as a man, which makes it a binary. But gender, it's not a spectrum. Don't let them lie to you. Boys can't be girls. Girls can't be boys.